The West African Regional Bloc has announced its decision to lift stringent sanctions imposed on Niger, signaling a shift in strategy to dissuade three junta-led states from withdrawing from the political and economic union. This move comes amidst concerns about threats to regional integration. Leaders of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, convened to address the escalating political crisis in the coup-affected region, worsening by Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali's intentions to exit the 15-member bloc. Following confidential deliberations, ECOWAS declared the lifting of sanctions on Niger, which included border closures, asset freeze, and the suspension of commercial transactions with immediate effect. Excellent move. I believe that ECOWAS is now getting back to their senses. I think the move by these three Saharan nations have knocked ECOWAS back to its senses. Because I was beginning to think that ECOWAS was losing its senses, that ECOWAS was losing purpose, and ECOWAS was losing focus. Like I have said this on this show many and many times before, ECOWAS is an African group. It's a West African group, and it's supposed to be looking out for West Africa and West Africans. Whatever those countries do, ECOWAS is supposed to be by them, guiding them, supporting them, and looking for a way to work with them. Whatever those countries do for the betterment of their country and their people, ECOWAS need to work by them. ECOWAS need to ensure that these countries are doing what is best for the people in their home countries. What Niger did was what Niger thought was necessary for the Nigerians. Because France has taken Niger for granted. France was using Niger like a toilet paper. France was doing whatever they could do in Niger without any regard for the Nigerians themselves. And Niger military thought that it was necessary for them to take back their country from the French. And that was exactly what they did. Now, no one is sure how all this will play out. No one is sure if the military junta in Niger will do better than the government of Mohamed Bazoum. No one is sure. But the fact is, we have to try something, because we have realized that democracy hasn't really been working out in those countries. Burkina Faso, it wasn't working out. Mali, it wasn't working out. Niger, it wasn't working out. In fact, democracy has been a total failure in many countries in Africa, because what we have in Africa called democracy, it's only on paper, but in practice, it's totally authoritarianism. The leaders are dictators. What we have is dictatorship, not democracy. Democracy has only been a camouflage, just to fool the people, just to give the people a kind of like peace of mind that you guys have democracy. You guys can vote your leaders. But in practice, that has never been the case. So ECOWAS taking a step back, re-evaluating themselves, re-examining their moves, is a great thing. It's a great thing because they were really losing focus. They were really losing relevance. It just took Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger to tell them that we've realized that being in this union is not serving our interests, and there's no point for us staying here where our interests cannot be met. it's but normal that we move out. We look for other ways to get our issues resolved. That alone put the bloc in a panic mode, and they had to rush to their seats and start doing what they should have done months and months ago. Always negotiate at the point of strength. Never negotiate at a point of weakness. Don't do that. But you know what? Let's continue with our next story for the day. Transitional authorities under Junta rule in Guinea have appointed Mahamadou Urebe, a former opposition leader and economist, as prime minister, as announced in the decree broadcasted on national television on Tuesday. Ba, a seasoned political figure, faces the daunting task of forming a government amidst ongoing challenges, including an indefinite general strike sparked by several economic hardships and perceived repressive policies by the military authorities. In a televised ceremony, Ba took the oath of office in the presence of interim president Mamadi Damboya, the Special Forces commander who seized power from former president Alpha Conde in a coup in 2021. Widely known as Baore, he has played a significant role in Guinean politics since the early 1990s and previously served as Minister of Reconciliation in a consensus government following a political crisis triggered by deadly union-led protests in 2007. So the Guinean military regime has appointed a new prime minister, and the prime minister has a lot of job to do to make sure that the economy can get on track. Guinea is also going through a very severe economic crisis, and they are all hoping that the new prime minister can do something to solve this problem. So let's just wait and see how he gets things done. Remember, he's a seasoned politician and also an economist. So there might be many more tools in his toolbox that he could wield to solve this problem. But you know what? Let's just give him the time and the benefit of the doubt, and let's see what he does. Let's just wait and see. So let's continue with our next story for the day.